doesn't like to force the issue, and at a race like this, you need to.
Like that. And that could be a pass worth $1 million. Is only available for a rider if he wins all 3 main events. If you just win the overall with the lowest score, you do take home $100 grand up front.
That's a lot of cash. I'm telling you, see all that money up there? That's all $100 bills. That's 22 pounds worth of $100 bills.
You know,
make up $1 million.
$100,000 isn't nothing to laugh at, guys.
Oh no. Keys to the race, Ricky, yours first.
Yeah, I think the start right here.
Pro, ride aggressive, let's do it.
There's our Rocky Mountain keys to the race. Time to go. Main number 1 for the Monster Million at the Monster Energy Cup.
Looks like Villopoto out front with the hole shot.
Ben Townley right there with the 101. Michael Alessi on the 800. And Brett Metcalf is right there as well. There's Dungey. He's back at about 5th. You have to win the first main to have a shot at it.
90-foot double jump right there. Look at Villopoto. He has been so good this season. You can tell he is so focused. Look at that, airing out that, looks like a little triple right there. He's going to lay down some hot laps right here, Ricky.
Yeah, he
I'm
is.
not sure anybody can catch him.
And you know what the biggest thing is? And he probably has in mind, this isn't 20 laps, it's 10 laps, so he can hammer. You can see how hard and aggressive he's riding, charging down the backside.
Yeah, Dungey working on Metcalf here. That's a fight for 4th.
Yeah, but you do the math on these lap times, about a minute and a half. 10 laps, that's going to put you about 15 minutes. So that's about the time.
Dungey getting inside on Metcalf there. Boy, that's getting aggressive early. Dungey trying to get that pass done. Couldn't get it completed. Metcalf holds on the 4th.
Metcalf being awfully stingy now that the Monster Energy Cup is in the main event stage right here. You know that Brett doesn't want to make that same mistake that he made on that last lap of the heat race. So try to keep the Suzuki dialed in here, get himself a good finishing position in the first main.
Kevin Windham, how's he doing here? Looks like he's running back at about 20th for now.
He is not having a good night. In fact, another guy that's not having a good night is the 100 of Josh Hansen. He said the goal is just to make it on that first turn. He has crashed every single first turn except for that LCQ. He crashed earlier in practice. He tweaked his left knee. He ended up getting a shot of Toradol in his left buttock, and he said it is extremely painful, but he's not riding in any pain right now. These two made a bet with each other. Kevin Windham said, Josh, what's your game plan? Are you going wide or are you going short on the start? Looks like both of these boys have a lot of work to do as of right now.
Windham is now up to 19th, but it looks like his dreams of $1 million here tonight have come to an end.
Unfortunate, because I had a lot of my money on him. You know, he's always so good at this track, but at Vegas, but this track being a little bit different, maybe not quite as technical as a normal Supercross, but this is a hybrid track. It's not your same average everyday Supercross that these guys are used to riding.
Yeah, and you can see Dungey right now, who was so fast in qualifying for practice, won that first heat. You can see that this track not having your standard whoop pad, okay, that gnarly set of whoops that we see in Monster Energy Supercross, it's a bit of an equalizer, so everybody's kind of running a similar pace. Now they're going to have to really get creative in these turns to try to make a pass. And they've also gone out with the dozers and all this stuff and fixed the turns, so they're a little bit loose and not really worn in. See these guys right there slipping and sliding around when they get out of the line, but later on in this main, the track's going to be a little better for passing.
Alessi on that Rockwell back Suzuki number 800. He holds down 3rd. The Rockstar Makita Suzuki, that's the factory bike number 24. That's Brett Metcalf. The other factory machine, the orange one, the KTM, Dungey, running in 5th.
Yeah, and remember, Dungey and Metcalf, they've been teammates for the last year on that Suzuki team.
Look at Dungey gonna set him up right here. Watch this.
Go to the inside, square it up.
Trying to make the move, and he's got it. He's going to get Alessi at the same time. Alessi with problems.
Alessi opted to go to the inside, Ricky, and then just could not carry any momentum. Remember, Alessi got past there twice in that same spot. So now he says, okay, wide wasn't working, so I'll just try the tight inside. And his momentum and speed was so low, he got passed by 2 riders.
Yeah, that was bizarre because, you know, Metcalf wasn't right on him. Dungey capitalizing. Check it out.
Yeah, watch. See, look at Alessi. He's going, okay, I'm just going to stay out of that groove altogether.
Oh.
And that makes it tough for Metcalf, who was stuck kind of on the outside in the line. And then Alessi comes over, and he can't triple out. So
yeah, he needs to
there he goes.
He needs to make quick
spot.
work. Yeah.
There you see Ben Townley on the 101. Townley right now running in second on his Pro Circuit Monster Energy Cowie.
Ricky, do you see how bad Dungey's getting in there trying to turn that KTM? Front wheel is just plowing. It's like gravel out there.
Yeah, there's
it's
no grip.
up so much.
No grip whatsoever.
How about Townley, though?
Yeah, putting the command performance here.
And again, guys, going back to all the hardships that Ben Townley has been through racing here in the States, not racing here in the States. And I go back, Jeff, a few years ago when Townley and Villopoto were both running in the whites. One of the best battles for a championship I think I've ever witnessed. Of course, the crown ended up going to Villopoto, who's leading right here, right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But Townley back on a team here, this riding this Pro Circuit Kawasaki. He had a lot of success with that team, and he looks great on this bike. And I mean, look at this; he's running with the best right now.
There's Dungey putting in a strong ride here. Took him a couple laps to get by those guys. He's been able to make quick work of them and start charging forward.
Villopoto's best lap so far, 127.0. Dungey down to a 129.1. Townley a 129 flat.
Yeah, but watch this lap here. Dungey's just getting ready to come past the finish line, and he just did a 128.9, so a little bit quicker, a couple tenths. I expected something better than that.
That's Weimer, Jake Weimer, and Eli Tomac running 6th and 7th.
I'll tell you, Eli looks amazing on this 450. He looks like this is his primary bike. Of course, he normally rides the 250F, Supercross Lights rider.
He's on that Geico Power Sports backed Honda. Big news there is the fact that the Geico team switching over to the Yoshimura suspension set, or pipes I should say, Yoshimura pipes. And Jeff, that's going to make a big difference in bringing this team even closer to what the factory Honda squad is running, because they're basically almost exactly the same in parts now.
Yeah, and I've always thought that it's interesting when competing teams are using, I mean, you know, Pro Circuit, they supply numerous teams with equipment, okay? And Mitch does a great job for every team that he works for. But I've always thought that it would be a little strange to be getting equipment from a team that you're trying to race against. And so now they're going to take that equation out, go with Yoshimura and the factory team, and try a whole new effort, because as you know, that Pro Circuit team has been strong, and they've been tough to beat. So factory connection, switching it up.
And I talked with Eric Kehoe, team manager for Factory Honda, about that. He said that is a huge part of the plan, getting everybody running a lot of those similar pipes like the Yoshimura pipes and pieces and parts like that. So it's a big part for Factory Honda all across the board, even though the Geico team is a satellite team.
Yep, absolutely. All on the same page.
And what a great opportunity for a guy like Eli Tomac to get an opportunity to run here tonight with the bigger riders from the Supercross class to get an idea of where you stand as you start mapping out your growth.
I think he's doing a great job. It's here. You can see Dungey kind of creeping in here on Townley. They got 5 laps to go. They could eventually get there to his rear wheel. I tell you what, though, Dungey, if he wants any hope at just $100,000, he's going to have to catch up to Townley here and pass him.
Yeah, definitely needs a second. You know, but this is, you kind of think of this as like a triple crown type of event. Low score wins. Best score you can get here is 3 points, as opposed to when we race Monster Energy Supercross and we go off of a point system where you get 25 points for the win. It's simple scoring. Low points wins, and one bad race can throw that whole, that trifecta off right now.
Dungey's got 5 more laps to go. We are halfway through this first main.
And I'm telling you, Villopoto is on rails. He's got a 10-second lead. He just went past the finish line right now, so yeah, he's 10 seconds flash. And I mean, he's a couple seconds a lap faster than these guys, so you gotta know.
Yeah, I would have thought these guys might have been a little bit closer to him on lap times, but that just shows you how fast Ryan Villopoto is.
He's looking pretty good. But I mean, this is a very impressive ride here from Townley on this bike, but you know, Dungey, he's pretty strong, and as he gets more comfortable and more laps, you know, under his belt with this KTM, I have a feeling he's going to be a force to be reckoned with once again.
Well, when we talked to Roger DeCosta earlier today, I asked him outright, you know, is it realistic for you to battle for the championship this year? He said, absolutely, I expect nothing less.
And I believe that Austria and all of the key players at KTM, I believe that they expect the same type of success. They put a huge effort into this team. And we did speak with Roger some about what it was like way back in the 80s when he went to Honda, then in the 90s when he came to Suzuki, and now to KTM. And he says, I don't have to ask them for any support. They are supplying anything that they can give me. So it's not like a budget thing. They're going, Roger, take the team, get who you want, and make it happen. And he's got 3 great riders, Dungey to ride the 450, Muscan and Roxon will be on the Supercross lanes.
Muscan. I thought it was Muscat. Wow. Muscan.
Well, you've been off going in circles. You've been doing your own process.
We asked Marvin, and that's what he said.
Cool. Well, from the horse's mouth.
Speaking of Muscan's rounding out the top 10, he's got the KTM 350 in 10th.
Look at the background. That cat's kind of creeping in there.
Yeah, he is getting right back into this mix, isn't he? We're still watching Townley and Dungey battling over second, but Brett Metcalf trying to join the party. Well, Ryan Dungey's giving a pretty good run here, Aaron.
He most definitely is, and I'm here with Carlos Rivera, Ryan Dungey's mechanic. Carlos, take us through how testing's been going and how Ryan's been adapting to this new bike.
So far, he's doing very well. He's been in the bike for about 8 days, and he's actually good and very good. So we'll see what happens.
Not much time at all to dial in a motorcycle, and it was just late this week that they actually committed to coming here.
Yeah, he sure did. I didn't think he was doing it, and then right at the last second, he did.
Wow, I mean, they're still battling here, and Dungey's not making any aggressive moves. He's kind of just been following behind. And I mean, you think about it, Villopoto's out front 13 seconds right now, and so for Dungey, he doesn't want to do anything, do anything stupid, but it's time to get aggressive with 3 to go and try to at least get second in this event, in this main.
Here he comes inside. No.
We've always known Dungey isn't the most aggressive rider we've seen in Supercross seasons. And here he is. He picks and
here he
chooses a spot.
Well, he's really starting to ramp it up a little bit. Can he get the drive?
I got to think now that we're into this race here, 10 minutes or so. I would say that Dungey's fitness is going to be his strength. Okay, Townley's been off the bike quite a bit. Not sure where he's at with that. He hasn't shown any, kinks in the armor right now, but time for Dungey to dial up the intensity.
Yeah. I mean, he's all over Townley right now. I believe if he got past him, that'd be all she wrote. But I think
there he goes.
Might get it right here.
Ooh, hey, those things are getting a little square edges in there.
Yeah, they are. You see, Dungey's bike looks like it's kicking a little bit under braking there. Townley's kind of, when he's braking, the bike actually stays a little bit more, it settles down a little bit more.
Ricky, you've done a lot of riding and training with Ryan Dungey. Just the bike, we talked to Roger about it because the bikes are so different from when he rode the Suzuki. They couldn't use the same basic setups that he was used to doing. Does it look like it's a bike that will work with his style?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know anything about the KTMs whatsoever. Like Jeff was saying earlier in the broadcast, that it's totally different. It's not Japanese made; it's Austrian made, and I have no idea. It's a steel frame as opposed to aluminum frame, so totally different.
Yeah, no problems with this one here. Ryan Villopoto out front. He's led every lap of this one. He wins this one, he gets that 1 point. Remember, it is simple scoring. Lowest score wins the overall tonight, and if Ryan can win all 3, he gets that monster million.
And they talked earlier about that Kawasaki being fully equipped and race ready, and I think it's because Ryan Villopoto is riding it tonight. I mean, this guy's dialed in. It doesn't get any better than this. And, you know, everybody was kind of concerned. You know, he just got married a couple weeks ago, maybe take a little time off where he'd be at, but, you know, right. Lap time is telling the story right here. He grabbed the whole shot here in the first main, and he's turned the fastest lap time. He's still 2 seconds lap faster than everybody.
Yeah, he just looks perfect. I mean, hitting his marks everywhere.
And remember, this is the first time they've run this new 2012 bike in Supercross form, and it looks pretty solid. It should be giving a lot of people fits as we get ready to head to Anaheim to kick off the 2012 season of Monster Energy Supercross. You'll see that live here on Speed as well. Final lap to the checker. He is a third of the way to the Monster Million. Villopoto wins main number 1. Here we go, Townley and Dungey to the checkers. Dungey couldn't get to it. Townley will take second. 2 points for Townley, 3 for Dungey.
Telling you, for Dungey, he just needed to be a little more aggressive there, but that tells you what.
20 more laps of racing yet to go. For the 100,000, he wants to stay alive for that Monster Million. Getting ready to drop the gate. Villopoto with another great start. He's going to get that whole shot. Dungey's right there trying to race.
Watch this here. Villopoto just so focused, and it's a close one because you got Metcalf, Dungey on the inside, but Villopoto just gets a wheel on.
Hey, Jeff, he didn't even shift. He left in second gear the whole way. Maybe that's the thing.
Metcalf coming with him.
Well, Dungey, let's see, he's got that wide line.
He's got second clear now. He cannot allow Villopoto to just check out and start to gap them.
Here we go. This is what we want to see right here.
Yeah, this is going to be a big moment here to see just how comfortable Dungey is on this new KTM, and if he's got anything for the new champ.
Wow, he's trying to quad that thing.
Yeah, that's pretty big leap right here. So I'm wondering just how much Dungey is going to hang it out right here. Like, is he really going to go for it? Did they make any changes to the bike?
I don't think if he does, he can catch him. I mean, look how far he's gapped him already.
The last 2 Monster Energy Supercross champions running 1 and 2. 2010 and 2011 champions.
Tell you what, I'm pretty impressed with what I'm seeing from Villopoto tonight.
How could
I mean,
you not
he
be?
almost looks like he's riding better tonight than he was at some of the Supercrosses earlier this year.
He's looking pretty fluid at this point. He's got to keep his head together, which, you know, Villopoto has always been such a great rider under pressure. And you got to think that million being on the line and all that, that's a very pressure situation. I mean, he is exceptional when it comes to that. He just has a way to just zone out, or, you know, and focus on what he needs to, take all of the distractions and get rid of those. That's why he's such a spectacular athlete.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he's...
And with this type of finish, man, he's going to be way down in that first breakdown.
Wow, dude, this guy's checking out.
Ricky, how much of an issue, we talked about it in our feature piece where they discussed the silly season. How much of an issue is it going to be for Villopoto with Mike Fisher not being the team manager when we get to Anaheim?
I don't think it matters so much. I mean, you know, I don't know Mike too well, but obviously right now it doesn't look like it has any effect. There are great people out there. I think that they will find to replace him, and life will go on.
We did talk to the folks at Kawasaki about that at the Monster Energy Factory team. They are searching for that replacement for Mike Fisher.
$30 part, that has got to be frustrating.
That's Ben Townley on the 101. He holds 4th. Eli Tomac on that Geico Honda, charging hard from 5th.
Remember Tomac, he was 5th.
Look at Tomac, man. That's pretty cool.
Tomac's here.
There it is. Inside move on Townley. Wow. Nice pass.
Watch this, though.
A little retaliation coming up here.
Trying to get there. Clean. Can't get it done. Tomac pulls away.
Well, remember the race here that we had in that Supercross Lights finale, that West Coast finale. Tomac and Tickle, who were battling for that title just a few months ago, they were coming through the pack, and it was scrambled. These guys were all over the place. So Tomac got a lot of experience, at least here this year, with that type of riding, trying to block that inside.
Ricky, one thing we haven't really talked about, you and Jeremy McGrath spent so much time designing this track. Are you happy with the way it's playing out?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, I'd like to see a little bit more side-by-side racing, but we went with a unique design, some bigger jumps and things like that. It could be a little bit better, but you live and learn. And
thanks to Sean J 185 for the tweet.
But you never know. It's all in that start, too, you know?
Our system of bringing riders from the amateur, like what we have here today, and this all-star type of event, is going to help him once we hit January of 2012, because he will be a veteran. He's got a lot of Supercross Lights main events under his belt. He's going to be expected to win.
No, absolutely. You know, you start to run out of time, you know, and you don't live up to your expectations. People start to kind of give up on you, really. So. And it's frustrating because he's such a great kid and he rides really good and shows a lot of promise at times.
Eventually the excuses of it's the equipment or bad luck or whatever run out and people just assume it's you.
Yeah, absolutely. You can only blame it so many times on certain things, you know, and with this sport, a lot of it is on the rider, not like different sports, you know. It's there's not really anything to blame because all these machines are pretty good.
Yeah.
He's just leaving in second.
Hey, these 450s, they will run and run on them RPMs. Ain't like in our old two-stroke days.
No.
That thing signs off and starts to over-rev. Oh, the horsepower decreases so much, so quick.
And look at how he is just charging, man. So much intensity.
And that's got to be a great feeling because they have this in 2012. They just kind of started with the suspension.
What year is it?
Everything. It's 2011.
Oh, okay.
Well, there goes the monster. Well, not the monster million, but that $100 grand for winning out the door.
And that will certainly increase the amount of money that Dungey's going to take out of here. He's running second right now. He's looking at a third and a second.
That's pretty smooth.
See that throttle control?
Let's find out what the problem is.
You can't win anymore.
Hey, in my career, it was up and down. There were some bright spots. There were some low spots. Ricky, you had a pretty consistent high spot going. But, you know, what I really enjoyed about when you were in those moments, you know, if it was the first year of winning championship, you don't know if there's ever going to be a second year. And like with this opportunity here to be at this event, this inaugural Monster Energy Cup, you never know if there's going to be another one. You know, I'm saying, you know, as far as the rider. And so you got to go out and you got to be focused and you got to race every opportunity that you have. I mean, the thing that I always wonder about, too, is only a few years ago when Villopoto had that really bad wrist injury, and they took out the navicular. And I remember hearing that, hey, you know, his wrist might only last a few years until the bones start moving around. Well, are we into that situation? You know.
I'll tell you what, the way he's riding, if I'm Brian Villopoto, I was wishing Anaheim was next week.
Oh.
You know, because he just looks like he is so in the zone.
Yeah, but I don't think Ryan Villopoto is wishing that.
No.
Right now.
Physically, he probably would like the break, but boy, he looks like he is on the top of his game. Which also brings up a question too, Ricky, which falls right in your lap because you've had seasons like this. And we see it in other sports where a team wins a Super Bowl or World Series, and then they have that bit of a championship hangover, and it's tough to repeat the next year. What does Villopoto have to do over these next 10 weeks before the Monster Energy Supercross season begins to stay in the zone he's in tonight?
Yeah, he has a lot to do. Well, number one, he's going to want to take a break, and then before you know it, it's time to start testing, and you start your training camp, you know, to prepare for 2012, so you really don't have much time.
But what did you do mentally to keep yourself focused like that?
Well, you just plan on things, and you put yourself in a position where you know where you have to be and things you did wrong the year before, you know, the previous year, and where you can improve. That's what I would do.
Final lap, Jeff.
A couple laps ago, Dungey was up around 9 seconds. Dungey's actually closed it down to about 7 right now. I wonder if Dungey's found some better lines. Villopoto doesn't seem to be slacking off at all at this point, but Dungey's right there. This is a solid ride because he had to come past, a couple guys in that first one and kind of struggled, but hey, Dungey's setting himself up for this final race here. Now, Villopoto will get first gate pick in this one. And if I'm Dungey, I'm going, okay, if I feel comfortable, I'm going for it in this third main.
Checkered flag. He's 2/3 of the way to the Monster Million. Ryan Villopoto has done it again. Dungey improves from race number 1, a second here in race number 2. You can do with $1 million, right?
Yeah, but you get both. You get the money and the first name on the cup.
Yeah. There it is.
I bet he ain't thinking that right now. He's like, dude, I got a chance. It's for real now.
Yeah, exactly. And all the other guys on the inside, they're just thinking, get out of the gate and just hold it on.
Here it is, $1 million on the line. Oh, screaming from the outside. Could be a problem for Villopoto. He didn't get the early lead. Big pile up behind him. It's Alessi in the front. Here comes Dungey.
Alessi and Villopoto. Oh, no way!
Villopoto has got to find a way around Alessi and do it quickly because Dungey is on his tail.
Let's see. Alessi, he talks so much about how important this race would be for him to, raise some cash for his newly team that he's got put together right here. It's be a good opportunity. And for Dungey,
I think Villopoto's going to make quick work of him right here.
He has to. He's got to try to get out front and get away. Here he comes, trying to get to the outside. Cuts it back inside. Plenty of room.
and still triples out right there. What a move by Ryan Villopoto. Now Dungey needs to make a quick move on Alessi to have any chance at stopping this dominance by Villopoto.
Down the hill they go.
And when you're dialed in, you are dialed in. He is so focused right now.
He knew that he had to get around him really quick. Didn't want Ryan Dungey to be right on his tail too long.
Wow, the track is getting really hard packed through there, Ricky. Bikes are slipping and sliding all over the place.
Yeah, you can see the blue groove there on the start straight.
2 seconds to gap between Villopoto and Alessi and Dungey. Here comes Dungey trying to find that inside line, Jeff.
Yeah, see, Dungey needed to make that move. He's just been too cautious. And then that's kind of been the way that I feel that Dungey has been all throughout 2011. Just been a little cautious in his career.
Yeah, no doubt.
So you think that's something he really needs to step up on?
Well, I think you're not quite as aggressive in that one spot.
Trying to get it done here, Jeff.
Yeah, but can he go around the outside? I doubt it.
Cuts inside. Can he power past? What does the KTM have? Here he goes, up Monster Mountain. He's going to take over second.
Now, is Dungey going to be able to put together? Uh-oh.
Alessi comes back. There was contact there.
That should have never happened. Look at that. They're going to mess around and let Metcalf get up in there.
Oh, did you see the finger wave?
Oh, really? Does he get number one sign or what? Look at this.
Yeah, but what's happening is Villopoto's going to be gone. He's already over the finish line jump right now.
Villopoto's going to make that paper tonight. These guys don't step it up, quit messing around with each other.
Here Dungey's got the drive.
Again.
You see, Dungey's like a little head shake getting in there. Did you see that, bro?
Yeah, but you see how cautious Dungey is. That just tells you that that's like gravel through there because he was afraid to lay the mic over at all coming into that left-hander.
I'll tell you what, he's a better man than I am, bro. Because I don't think I can stay behind this guy that long.
Oh, yeah. We've seen a little bit of that in your career. Especially early on. You just had to run into everybody.
I had to. I was like a ping pong ball. It's like, but look at this. I mean,
there it
same
is.
spot. Here we go.
Now, what's in the left? There you go.
Oh, look, he's mad now. Alessi.
He's had a rough day. Oh, he has had a rough day, and he's taking it all out right here, right now. But Dungey has to just disappear.
Villopoto last time around was 6 seconds ahead, turning to 127. These guys were messing around at 131s.
If you tuned in looking for the Formula One Grand Prix of Korea, don't worry, it's coming up live as soon as we are done here with the Monster Energy Cup in Vegas. Sit back and enjoy this one as first, as Dungey and Alessi are going at it. Ryan Dungey on that number 5 KTM, and he's battling with the number 800 Suzuki, Mike Alessi, but Brett Metcalf and Nick Way getting into this mix. Nick Way on the Kawasaki back in 5th, running on his own out of a van here tonight.
That is cool. What an awesome story. Like you said, you don't need those big rigs to do big things.
That's right, but I'll tell you what here, Metcalf, he's starting to creep up. He's got some momentum going. And, Metcalf, he's set 3rd overall coming into this event here. Into this final main event. So, pretty big payday for all of these guys. Another grand to win it. If you didn't win all 3 main events, somebody's going to collect $1 billion for that.
Well, and a $250,000 purse, it pays pretty good, pretty deep. So everybody's got a shot at big money here tonight. Metcalf really going after Alessi here.
Look at Alessi cutting way over to the right, just squeezing Metcalf out on that. And that ticks you off so much because you know you got the momentum on the guy.
Because what's going to happen as soon as he gets by him, he's just going to be, it's going to be see you later. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, Alessi been a little bit off the pace here, especially since that horrific crash earlier today. See, look at Alessi guarding the inside. He's off the track.
Having his problems. Some more here tonight is Mike Alessi, and he gives up 2 more spots, including 1 to Nick Way.
Michigan Mafia, like the privateer bike. We saw him looking through the LCQ, I believe it was, right?
No, it was a
semi number 2 of this.
Yeah, you can see Alessi here running out of steam. He's had a long night.
Davalos next on the 23 to come up and challenge.
And Davalos actually sitting 5th overall with the scores from main event 1 and 2.
There you go, you can see him going off the track, went inside, went off the track, and now he's back on, losing 2 positions when he did that.
Yeah, and Alessi has tried the racing line, he's tried to get out of the racing line in different spots, and it's just not, it's just been a little click off, and you got to wonder, you go down like that, it really shakes you up and shakes your concentration.
Look at this guy. Yeah, he is on point, man. He'll go anywhere he wants. Just
rocks coming up. He's really here and now. Not thinking about the billion, not thinking about the checkered flag, because he still has laps to go, 4 laps to go to get there. So there's a lot of time, right? He's close to 6 minutes still.
One of the things we talked about, just barely inching into the mains. He's running in 13th right now. Mike Alessi's in 6th.
I tell you what, we had that Fast 5 from the Supercross Championship this year with Villopoto, Dungey, Reed, Stewart, Trey Kennard. Kennard, of course, is healing up from another fracture in his femur. He's a rider that can really come back strong. And then, Stewart and Reed, both at home right now watching. And that's some motivation. You watching one of your competitors get that catch like that. We'll see those guys be fired up. You know it.
And you know what? A big shout out to Nick Way right now. He is running in 4th, having a great run here in this final race, the 2011 season. A lap and a half to go, and Ryan Villopoto is going to win $1 million. Did you ever think all those years you two pounded around your family's tracks, the local tracks, the factory tracks, that you'd see a dirt bike racer win $1 million in one night?
Never, ever a chance.
Ricky, we did the U.S. Open years ago. It was $100,000 to win.
It felt like $1 million to me when I did it. And I'm almost in shock thinking about what this kid is fixing to do. A man now, what he's about to accomplish and win. the first time ever. What this is going to do for him, for the sport in general, it's very, very awesome. Something I think he's going to be very proud of.
And a lot of credit has to go to the folks at Feld Motorsports, Feld Entertainment, and Monster for coming up with the
How many zeros goes to the million?
I'd love to know what he's thinking right now.
Villopoto just got married, held off on the honeymoon to compete here. They're going to celebrate in big fashion. Anything you want, you can have.
The crowd is really responding here. They know what sort of payday's on the line for Villopoto.
Look at him
here.
He's getting pumped now.
History was made just when we showed up here with the opportunity to race for $1 million. The Monster Energy Cup. It was a wild idea. People never thought anybody who raced a dirt bike would have a shot at $1 million. The concept of doing a hybrid track, a supercross and motocross combination. Nobody knew what we were going to see for sure here tonight. Yet they showed up, and $1 million was at stake. And Ryan Villopoto has done it. He's won all three. He is the Monster Energy Cup inaugural winner, and he's a millionaire after just one race.
I gotta be honest, guys.
I can't believe $1 million.
That's how it came out. Villopoto sweeping it.
1-1-1.
Dungy, well, he'll get a good payday out of that $250,000 purse, and we head right down off the 2012 season. Congratulations, Ryan Villopoto, an incredible season. You are the Monster Energy Cup millionaire.